I should have did this first. My bad. Hold on. What's up, y'all? I have a deck I was going to play with. It's not new. It's not really new, but I never really used it at all. And I don't even really. It's a numerology deck though, with sigils in it and shit. I'm gonna show it to you. Hold up. How y'all doing? Even though, you know. Okay, perfect. What it do, Jackie do? Look, this is an old deck I been had, and during the time I got it, probably like 6-7 years ago. Maybe not 7. Probably about 5-6 years ago. Maybe 7. Did I bring some water? Got a little bit. I didn't know how to understand numerology and shit. I kind of was getting it, but I was writing all kind of notes in the book instead of understanding it from an energetic level. Even though those references to these notes are helpful though, but I other than that, I haven't really looked through the book. But it does have instructions. But before we go there though, I still want to start off as usual with the astrological deck. And I like the way these cards shuffle. They feel good. Okay, we're going to start off with the astrological deck. Let's just see what the energies are ringing like. What's today? Oh, ain't the moon in Aries at the moment? And the sun is in Virgo. Okay. I like the energy. I think Venus is in Virgo. I haven't checked it. I don't know. Don't quote me now. Because I haven't looked for myself in about a day or 2. I meant to look before I jumped on, or I should have looked. This came out in the reverse. Let me start over. Because I feel like I could have had the cards in the wrong position while shuffling. Well, I guess not, because another card came out in the reverse. Uranus. The first card that came out in the reverse was the square. Uranus is the revolutionary, uniqueness, things out of this world, alien type of things, foreign things, technology, Aquarius type vibes, electricity, lightning bolts. That's what I think of when I think of Aquarius. Man-made shit sometimes, or alien-made shit. Let me see what way I need to put this deck. Let's not overthink it. What are you doing? Just sit back, shut the fuck up, and pay attention. You'll see for yourself what I'm doing. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it like that. Anyway, the North Node is the new life goal, which the North Node right now is in Aries. So the uniqueness of the individual, but it's in the reverse. People still not wanting to push through with real. They're still conforming to the old world. Put it like that. The old world is still being conformed to in their spirit. That's crazy, because you're an individual. And if you knew, never mind, I'm not gonna go that deep. Why everything coming in the reverse? The mother, the cancer energy, 4th house, your home, your comfortability, and that causes you not to be comfortable. But those are 3 cards. All I wanted was 3 cards. My mom said, "Hi, Mom." Never mind. So we got all these cards other than the North Node in the upright, though. The North Node is in the upright. Uranus in the reverse, Cancer being in the reverse, but the North Node in the upright. Okay, so the door or the gate being wide open for you to be able to express who you are, because like that's the space that we're in. Not trying to compare it to other people, but that's also something that other people are doing. So you should feel some kind of comfortability. But if you don't find the comfortability within yourself, that Cancer energy, you can't. At some point, you can't look at external things to try to get some type of validation. But that ain't the word I'm looking for. Some type of so some type of sound truth, because only you can know your truth. Do you believe in God? Lord, this is the same question we already had, but I know you probably don't know. So I'm gonna answer you like I answered the last individual. I don't know what God is, because what is that? That's a word somebody made up. But as far as what I think you mean by that, I'm not gonna go by what I think you mean. I'm gonna talk about what I know when I say God. I'm speaking of all possibilities and also nothing at all. So at that point, you've encapsulated everything, and we know that God is something, or what y'all claim that's God. It's not even something or somebody. Okay, it's just the mechanisms of life and the creations. It's a symbol to what you're supposed to be doing as a creator. But we know that if something created us, something or somebody, then that mechanism would also cause, if we continue to go into retrospective mode to see what was done, we know that something also had to create that, and then so on and so forth. Then that will lead you on a path of infinite regression, and then you won't ever get the point. And that's kind of like the life that we've created and what we're experiencing right now. So, do I believe in that God? I don't believe in anything but me, because I'm the only one I'm in my body. Can you agree? No. So 5. This is change. This is you. Also, look at the star. What does the star look like? If you stand up straight, you look like a star. Can I give you money? Sure you can. Cash out. No, PayPal me at Jackie New. Look up Jackie New. But 5 is also change. Change being orange, like what I have. 5 is chaos. And we can look at all things from either perspective at either moment. So we can look at chaos as a good thing or a bad thing, because there is a such thing as organized chaos, and that's what happens in the depths, in the darkness, or in the unseen. That's what creates the reality that we experience, even though it may not look chaotic in the physical perspective, but everything's in reverse. So the things that created that were in what we would look at as chaotic. But God has his own, or God, all possibilities. That's why knowing that that's what God is important. All possibilities is able to find order in the chaos. Oh, let me look up the card, because I know. And then look, on the very back of the deck is also 5. So that's what I'm finna say. I don't even know which. Okay, so it came out this way. It came this way. Okay, let me see. Let me look it up though. So because there's random, it's a random type of way you're supposed to be reading these cards too, because the sigils on them represent things from the perspective of the book. So just as the starting point, okay, here we go. Okay, so from the book it says, and I don't even really want to read what the number 5 means from the book, because I read some of it and I don't even see how they came up with that. So I'm just gonna go from the starting point of the sigil. So as 5, it's a symbol of a man as brilliant star, man as the center mediator between God and the world. Because when you look at the scale of 1 to 10, you have in the middle 5. So that's like organized balance, or organized chaos, because we also know, esoterically speaking, that 5 is the feminine number. And after the 4, after you create structure with the 4, being able to see what you're doing and see your thoughts, because you can create something out of them with the 4, then you come across others doing that, which is going to create a little chaos, but it can be organized. 5 energy. And that's why we got the individual, or the star man, on the front of the card, or the whatever in the middle of the card, because it's also representing those individuals, and everybody having their own universe inside of themselves, and their own atmosphere and aura field. Because what your aura field is, if you were to be looked at as an atmosphere, then your aura field would be your environment, and the things that you attract to you, and what you do with those things, and how it is to be around you, type shit. But the other 5, this 5 look ugly. Let me not say it's ugly, because all things are like they need to be. Not perfect, but because perfection would it's like a counterproductive word. Because if something is perfect, it can't be perfect, because to be perfect to me, from my perspective, is to continue to change and evolve and move along and shift. And that means it's not a fixed thing, and perfection seems fixed. And that's not what we're aiming for. That's a Virgo energy too. Virgo likes to try to be fixed. Let me see where that 5 is at, because I don't see that 5. Hold up. Okay, let me look at it from over here. This book weak. That's why I never did get into the deck. Okay, let me not project. Okay, so the Starman represents the solution, because they got 3 different versions of these of each number in the deck. This is the solution version. You are the solution. The solution image, humanely, the 5 generously uses its talents for organization. Like I said, organized chaos. 5 is the feminine energy. To me, it represents chaotic energy. But we know that that's not a good or bad thing. Like I said, organized chaos. I can read out the book of life too if you want me to, John Pessell, but right now we're reading numerology, the more rudimentary portions of life, the parts of life that came before somebody wrote the Bible. Because we know that people who wrote the Bible also used numbers and sigils. So before you even understand the Bible, if you can understand how they even came up with the words that they were using to try to correctly interpret it from a 2,000 year after perspective, you may want to understand what the hell I'm talking about. So anyway, let's see what else I'm finna say, because I kind of want to read this. Oh no, I don't want to read that. Okay, so number 5 is the solution, Christ, Jesus, if you want me to say it like that. Because what do this look like? It looks like a shining bright ball of a sun, similar to the sun that's always behind Jesus's head when you see it in pictures. So we can look at it from your perspective if that makes you more comfortable, John, because this is how you bring order to chaos. You're able to look at all things and find the equilibrium of it, and you can use the gifts up out of it too and dispose the bullshit. So we're going to look at this for preschool purposes. We're going to look at this as a character named Jesus instead of the 5. In this particular reason, it's Jesus, okay? So that's the solution. The answer is what? Jesus, you, because Jesus represents the individual, the unique individual, the solar plexus. That's also why this card is orange. We know that orange, the colors that you learn in kindergarten, we should know that orange represents your solar plexus, your individuality, your will, your strength. Leo is the season, the season, Leo, summertime, is also ruled by the sun. But we're not gonna go that far. We're gonna baby feed at the moment, since we got babies in the chat. So now in the reverse, because this is probably going to represent when you're not in the knowing of Jesus, or you're not in the knowing of yourself or life, or how it's supposed to be, how you are supposed to look at this chaos to bring organization to it. So this probably would be that. This is a break in the connection of cognitivity. You don't have the crown chakra activated to the rest of the body of Christ. Does that make you more comfortable? And in this perspective, because you can read anything, this is the exaggeration. I'm saying it's in a book. It's in the book. We can look at any book, because a man wrote all of these books that we read, not just the Bible, but this one too. So I didn't write it, but this is an exaggeration. Your head being in the clouds, your head looking for heaven, in heaven space, because you're not being able to correlate or correspond the as above so below based on the way you are perceiving yourself, or the Christ, or the purpose, or the point. So the solution would be for, if you know that this is a break in that, maybe you shouldn't over exaggerate and look at things from a rudimentary perspective, like numbers, colors, and understand the sigils, the signs and sigils first, and then read the Bible and take your bias and indoctrination out of it, so that its purpose can be fulfilled. So whoever wrote the Bible and then writing it and it being carried on for such a long time, that being something that God did that was good. You feel me? Don't make it be in vain. Please don't do that. Because you really I don't really want to get into Jesus talk. But you're provoking me at the moment. Thou shalt not provoke thy parents. Type shit. But let's leave that right now. Okay. So, what else? Did I put lotion on mine? I did. I did put lotion on my hand. It's okay. He just got to learn. People got to understand these things. We've been taught wrong. So, and we've been taught wrong for so many generations, meaning that since if you knew that you are a spirit in a body that came from your last incarnation or experience, that means that you may have also been in a similar dynamic, whether it be Christianity or even on this realm. The dynamic or the behavior of your spirit believing backwards may have been something that's embedded in you, and it may take you a minute to realize or become cognitive of what's around you in actuality, so that you can see how things operate and you can know how you operate, and therefore you can work and operate out of your power, because your power comes from you being your unique individual self, activating your solar plexus, your individuality. You're orange. That's why I wore orange today. I was wondering what made me wear orange today, but confirmation. You see how life confirms itself, and at some point God speaks to you at every moment, or it can. All possibilities and nothing at all. That means you can make something out of nothing. Where do you think you came from? You came from nothing. Your mom and dad didn't have nothing when they made you. Okay, so this is two. This is your mother and your father. They didn't have nothing when they made you but one another. They didn't have anything but let me not go too far. They didn't have anything, and it goes beyond the mother and father creating you, as far as you as having sex, because sex is another thing that is misconstrued. Only thing that sex represents, or what we are demonstrating when we have sex in creating, is bringing two different things together that are harmonious and making them create something else just off of default. Because if you're in my space and I'm in your space, the space is now altered, is now different. And if we have a communication and talk and come up with ideas, we have had sex mentally, and we created something. We can create something out of that if we want to put in actual work and maybe do a project with what we came up with. But that's that's after the two. That would be but that's what sex is, and what the two represents. The snake, do you see the snake? I mean, it ain't really a snake, but it's curvy. Oh, it is a snake, my bad, that is a snake. But yeah, so let me see what the books say about two though. And this is what, blue? What that is? And it's a throat chakra. Oh, they know what they're doing in this deck. Because blue represents Taurus, but we're not going to go that deep, because I don't know if I'm supposed to be teaching you or am I supposed to be giving you a message. I don't know, like, which one we're supposed to be doing. Because now it feels like I don't know. But we're going to go and read this one, and then I'm going to pick up another deck. I just want to touch on that real quick, because I want to open it up and see what it was about. So here we is it. Okay, two. This version of two represents the solution. Sex is a good thing. Joining of two things that are harmonious, those type of sex. Not unharmonious, because they have other cards that represent that as well, but this came out in the solution. And what's unharmonious sex, before we even get to the physical part of sex? When you connect yourself or how you're looking at life, because that's the number two energy, when you are able to perceive something else and you perceive it for what it is and what it's supposed to be and what it was intended on being. That creates harmonious sex, will allow you to create harmonious scenarios and experiences in your life while you are in your human experience, in the spirit and the body, while you're just existing and being. These are things that are natural, that come just out. You don't have to exaggerate it, because there's an exaggerated version of number two too. But let's read this one, the solution. In this image, the two feels connected and integrates both aspects in an as well as type of thinking. It is, not it is what it is for real, but I'm taking it for what it is. It is. I see what it is and I can understand it, and now there's no unnecessary clogginess and confusion. And we ain't gonna read it from its exaggerated perspective right now, because that didn't come out. Hopefully, John, you understood if you listen. But sometimes people won't even take the time to listen, because they don't even want to know differently. It'll break their little heart to realize, and I understand it, because it low-key broke my heart, pissed me off, and every damn thing. But even when you put even more work, energy, and effort believing it, because I never fully believed the shit anyway, so that's why I was angry about it. But if I had to fully put my all and hopes and goddamn everything in that shit for that intention, I would be heartbroken too. My intention always to figure out the truth of it. Thank God. So what we're gonna read out of now, since we already got started. We'll start with empathic. Well, not start, but we'll continue with the empathic. The empathic oracle deck. Yeah, it's that simple, John. I don't know why they told you it was so complicated. You make sure you tell them it's easy. And what the little girl name was, talking about, she probably was, it probably was some bullshit though. Because somebody was talking about their mom said, hey, I doubt it. It's probably some bullshit. Because I was going to talk to her. I tried, once again, I updated my YouTube app. And I also tried to go live with a link so that a person could connect to it. And it still didn't work. Hold on, y'all. I need some chopsticks. I don't know what that's about. This the one them kids use playing with my shit. Oh, and not trying to be seductive stuff because it's dripping all down my lip. Okay. Now, the empathic oracle. Let's see what this is about. What's the energy? What wants to be expressed on this Virgo sun, Aries moon energy? Okay, I helped that one come out. I was ready. So, focus. It's time to focus, and you don't mind. Well, I ain't gonna say you don't, because some people do, but I'm only speaking right now from one end of the perspective, kind of like mine. Focus. It's okay to focus. It's great to focus, and you also already have created a flow to where you can see exactly what to focus on, and you've made it a lot easier. And now that the sun is in Virgo and Venus is in Virgo and whatever other planets are in Virgo and however the alignments are at the moment, things are lining up in a flow that you can take advantage of. But it's up to you to appreciate your life and to realize that even your life has value, and to pick up the pieces at the moment and use the energies to build off of whatever you're going through. I'm sorry. Let's keep that out though. I'm not sorry. I apologize. I don't apologize. There's nothing to apologize for. Because it is what it is. Find the beauty in the ugly. And that's how you create organization through the chaos. Because you don't have to know what you're doing when we're doing things like that. You don't have to literally understand the details of it. Your spirit is always in reach and in search. Your spirit is always in search, and is always, not even gonna say in search, but it's always wandering. So whatever space that you're in, and whatever you're energetically calling on, your spirit being in the wandering position is always going to be in reach of those things. And if you can just operate knowing that truth, then you don't have to know too many other things dealing with those parts that makes you afraid of the unknown. The beginnings, okay? Oh, what number was, 14 was focus. Focus was 14. That's a number 5 energy. The individual creating foundation based off of you focusing. And like I said, you creating organization in the chaos based off of you being blindfolded because you're operating in 2 realms. Okay. Anyway, let me not go too deep. 53, number 8, 5, the chaos in the environment. And it is in the beginning. So in the beginning stages, when you're beginning to create stability or set up something, or you're beginning to do something for the first time, or again, but in a different space, a brand new space, things they are going to look chaotic, and they're supposed to. Otherwise, if they didn't look so chaotic, that means you're repeating something that you already know what you're doing. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's the point. Okay, let me stop talking like that. I'm sorry. Let me stop talking like that. But It's nothing wrong with that if that's the point, to be repeating something, because you may are perfecting something in the moment, but we're still altering and changing. But other than that, if you're in the beginning stages of something else for the very first time in a very new space, then don't worry about the fact that things look fucked up. You just work on them, because that's a part of it. Like, and look at the end of it. If you glanced at it, you didn't know what that was, but if you actually looked at it, took your time, you see it's a beautiful swan. So, and that's the beginnings. This is just the beginning of the perspective of what they're getting ready to create as a swan, as a whatever this is, this birdie, this beautiful birdie. This is just the foundation of what they're creating. So just imagine what things will look like once you give them time and grace. Okay. One more card. Okay, gaslighting. Why does this card want to come out? Because whenever I think of gaslighting, I already am thinking of just some literal things. But gaslighting happens on other planes sometimes, because people sometimes are gaslighting you subconsciously, and they're not cognitively aware of it, because again, these are the people that are going to be kind of like disconnected to their own reality. So we can't too tough blame them, but fuck the grace, we're not even anyway. So people can gaslight you without even realizing it fully. Maybe sometimes they do, or maybe in their perspective, the gaslighting is it's not such a bad thing. It's like, you should know though, and it's like, bitch, I know what I know though. That's them gaslighting you, like what you know is not valid, because what we all know should be what's important. No, because if we're trying to create change, we have to throw a monkey wrench in the situation, because sometimes you got to spray the roach spray and that makes all the roaches scatter, but they're dying as they're scattering. So you got to some chaos, like you got to do what you have to stand on what you stand on, being gaslit or not. Even if you're gaslighting yourself, figure out if that's a gaslight by following through and seeing the product of what happened afterwards, and then looking back in retrospect and saying, okay, I understand now I can see that from I can see in the dark a little bit based off of that previous experience. But anyway, so we got our 3 cards of that. How long I got the screen blocked, so I can't even see how long I've been in here. I don't got the screen blocked. Don't worry about what's going on. Don't worry about it. It's organized chaos. You don't have to worry about it. But I do want to know how long I've been on here though. Now I look at it like this. I get off in, what time is it? 12:55 in these times. I get off in about 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes. Or whenever I finish, I'll go ahead and read out the dark. Oh, no, let's read out should we read out the Bible, since we've been on some low-key teaching slash message type time? We've been on both of those type time. But the only thing is, I already went through all of these. But as they say, the Bible is alive. We can get different messages from them each time. So, not just the Bible, that's anything. Ooh. So what's going to come out first? We're going to read it as a message and a lesson. Okay. Dust yourself off and try again. Ephesians, I already think of like Ethiopians, dusty, dark, like ashiness. So dust yourself, and that's not a I'm just saying, my hands is ashy. Dust yourself off and try again. That's my message, based off of the vibration. 2 and 8. That 2 being the relatability, you having something else to compare and contrast to, you having something else that you can be aware of, and 8 being the infinite loop. So that's you again being aware of something over again and finding more awareness in what your space is, because wherever you are at the moment, that's wherever you find yourself at the moment, that's where you are, and where you are right now came from whatever you were doing previously. So with the 2 energy, being able to see these cycles, you now are in the space to where you can since when you have more awareness, you got more to work with. You're now in a space to be able to have more wisdom on how you're going to conduct what you're doing, so that you can evolve and not continue the same cycle like y'all already been doing for the last how many who fucking knows type of goddamn generational and eons. So God saved you. First of all, we're not even gonna continue. Well, we can continue, but the way I be reading anything, not just this, and sometimes I trip up myself when I do that. I stop right there. What you mean, God? So, but if I read the continuation of the whole sentence, sometimes I understand. But since we're in teaching mode, yeah, let's stop right there. God is all possibilities. You being able to create out of nothing, because you came from nothing, you being the nothing, and you ain't even being all of that, but you came from that. You're a perspective, you're an angle of that, you're like a expression of that, but you aren't that. So God saved you or created you, because you don't need to be saved, because I don't even want to look at it as being saved, because if we use that, because I wish I had another phone, because I want to read the definition of saved. But anyway, God saved you. All possibility saved you by his grace. What is his? His is the mind, the thought, your understanding, your perspective. Because once your perspective is expressed, once you use what God gave you, you'll be able to save yourself, or not even save yourself. You'll be able to create what your experience. Because this book is so outdated to where even their what I can gather from what their actual perspective could have been in the most highest light is still throwed a little bit, because being saved, we're not the prey anymore. Like, we're the predator, and not that somebody needs to be saved from us, because only it's like the what's that? Not the what's the saying? Not the strong survive, but the evolution. You know how things evolve based on what survives and what doesn't survive. But it's like anyway, by his grace, when you believed. And you have to believe in what all possibilities God, because the only time you believe in something again is when you can't necessarily see it and you have faith in it. And the only time you should be in that space is when you're with God, when you're doing things that are not possible necessarily from where you're at the moment, but you can create it based off of what you got, which could sometimes be nothing. And we know all things came from nothing. Let me stop rambling. Okay, that's enough. I think that's enough, because what time is it? Let me see. Let me just peep. Okay, it ain't been but 30 minutes. I thought it'd been longer than that. I don't want to read out this deck no more. Let's read out we're gonna read out the archetype guidebook deck. I need some more cards though, because I already know what type of message is gonna come out. I'm tired of that message. Let's read out of this one. Nah, we're gonna read out of that. It don't matter. Either one I read out of, I wish I had another deck. But it's all good, because that first card made me feel good about this deck, the Flame. Because I never saw that card before. I mean, I probably have, but I don't remember seeing it, at least not paying attention to it. And that's that solar plexus. That's that individuality. That's that first flame, that spark that you can create within. And not that you creating light within your darkness, because after you become blind from all the light, they don't matter how much damn light you add, you still ain't gonna be able to see. It's you eliminating some other bullshit that you created, and now the candle can actually shine. Because if I put something over the candle, and then I I just stack bullshit and shoeboxes up in the corner where the candle was, the room gonna be dark. You need to move that shit out the way. But anyway, I ain't saying that. We're gonna keep that out, because we don't know what else the card may want to express. Okay, we'll take it. We have the Kiss. And it came up in the reverse. And then we have the Mask. It came up in the upright. Okay. Let me see. I don't know. The Kiss is giving me 2 energy. It's giving me I don't know, feminine energy, relationship energy, but that's just on a surface level with the relationship energy. And it's in the reverse. Let's see what it's talking about though. Let's see what it's hitting for. The kiss. What is that? Is that initiation or is it a tool? It's a tool. Number 6 energy, 60. 6 being the balance and then 0 being the void. Ooh, so that's some like, that's low. Okay, not gonna go there. 185, the individual, the infinite loop, and the chaos. Okay, so you diving into an emotion that some people may don't know how to do, or not even gonna talk about other people. An emotion that is scary and only you can do by yourself. Ain't no other hand for you to hold but yours. Or like something tapping you on your shoulder and nobody's there. But I'm just playing, not that deep, because that's you being, I mean, sometimes you can go through that before, if you are just now, if you've created a lot of shadow and you've never tried to explore within yourself, you can experience that type of weary, creepy shit. But if you know that nothing's there and it all comes from you, once you really come to grasp with that, that ain't even scary no damn more. So we can reverse, that's in the reverse right now, because some people may be in that type of fear that all possibilities is a scary energy when you're blind and you ain't even know it go that deep. Ooh, didn't know it go that deep. Even if you could hold your breath, never mind. I don't want to vision hell right now. Okay. Anyway, and let me see, what's that? Kiss 185. Before a first kiss, the air is electrified. This is the first time you even got some pussy type or some dick. But it feels more like masculine going into the feminine though. Before a kiss, the air is electrified, or the thoughts finally finding balance within the emotions because they faced them, and that could even boil down to actual women. But I'm not even talking about that. But it's gonna happen like that based off of you dealing with yourself. You will manifest scenarios external to you that's gonna represent the same situation or expression that was happening within, and it could be really flunked and chaotic looking from the external, but your internal is creating chaos. I mean, organization within the chaos, because it has to kick some of those things out, dispel of some of those old energies and people that you've collected along the way. So yeah, this is like you coming into union, not even union, because you ain't even got that type of peace yet. Now I ain't gonna talk about you, but this is the energy though, so whoever this applies to. But you ain't even got that type of peace within yourself to even come into any type of union, even with just you and your own feminine and masculine energies. So it's like even finding that that's a possibility, and you being exposed to the all possible space, actual God, and that being a fearful thing. Anyway, before first kiss, the air is electrified. Each breath is alive with possibility and magic. What will their lips be like? Ooh, their tongue. You imagining that first time, or even reminiscing on it and knowing that you can't even get that again, or having an experience with somebody that you fucked up and you're like, that was the first and last time. But we're not talking about that, because you can create anything out of nothing. You got to fix all of those things and get over that part. Then you can find something totally ain't got nothing to do with that no more, because you have changed who you are. And now what you are creating and what you're expecting, what your potential is, and the type of status that you hold yourself on has shifted so much. Those things won't even apply when it comes down to your new desires and the things that you can accomplish and manifest and what's due to you, because you were looking at it wrong. A lot of things that you created and have built up, the trophies within, you can't even, they're not even beautiful because they need to be dusted off. Or what I'm saying is, you doing things previously from your heart, but not even nobody recognizing it or nobody holding it a value, so that makes you devalue your own heart, but you yet still be working out of that heart space. You you got some treasures within, for real. And as you imagining these things, what can be created from the internal, what can be created from that void space, like, oh my God, that's a good space to be in. But that Virgo energy can make you worry about that shit too, be on the wrong end of the perspective, when you can worry about it, but only worry about it based on you imagining how you can actually start solutioning it and creating it and working on it and building on it, and that being the worry. But the kiss, the archetype, okay, wait a minute. What will their lips be like, their tongue? Do they want me in return? That's the worry. Now you start worrying and shit. The archetypal energy of the kiss is a heightened sensation of merging with other, of letting in what was moments ago separate. Right. that separation with that, what that was, that other five energy, not having a cognitive understanding of the as above so below, even when it comes to you and how you even like, and that'll make you not even be aware of your body. Because okay, well, I ain't gonna talk about me. um what was I finna say? I was finna say, what I noticed is, and we know that, that's why I had stopped myself, because like, duh, but based off of my own perspective, since I got my own experience, that I can speak from that, maybe that's the significant part of it. But I noticed that, yeah, whenever, so what was, I kind of lost the way I was going to explain it, so let me let it go. And what the point was. So the archetypal energy of the kiss is a heightened sensation of merging with other, of letting in what was moments ago separate, to becoming one. It is risky but beautiful business. Damn, I wish I could remember that thought, because that was very relevant. It was about how the things that you experience, you got the same mechanisms in your body. Okay, let me just give you the example. Damn, I don't really want to talk about me. Well, we ain't got any, it's a friend. Let me just say that. I don't want to bring it up. Never mind. Get out my business. So anyway, these moments forever change us as we move past the solitary self toward union and acceptance. And what's the solitary self? Oh, you being disconnected from, like, your emotions and your thoughts, not having no type of synergy. And then you can, if you were to pay attention, you would notice that that's the same thing with what you observe in actual life, whether it's even within you and your own relationships, or if you're observing from an onlooker's perspective at other people's relationships, or watching TV, you may notice a lot of that. And that's just a reflection of your energies not really being harmonious with one another, because you have separated things that are supposed to be in union. You're supposed to find union within yourself. Like I said, you probably haven't even got to the point of creating union, not you, but this energy that I'm speaking on, because you first got to find peace to even love the women and the men, or even the emotions and the thoughts, or to even get rid of some of these old internal cycles. Whenever something happens, you immediately go into this mode, because this is who I think I am inside, and it's a subconscious thing. And you becoming aware of that, and not just that, it's a million of those mechanisms inside the internal self that you have to actually do internal work on, to find some type of balance. Your light, your internal masculine energy, your understanding, can find out what that is about yourself, and it takes a little work. Some people are well, we are in the beginning stages of Virgo season, so yeah, this is the earlier degrees of Virgo season that we're in. And Aries is the moon. Aries is the beginning. We had the beginning card, the first flame type shit. That was Aquarius energy came out. Anyway, so these moments forever. Hold on. Two, becoming one. It is risky but beautiful business. These moments forever change us as we move past the solitary self towards the union and acceptance. That's right. When you have those revelations within yourself, allow them to change you. Just because you can't express them to others and nobody can see the importance of them, even if you could express it, they still wouldn't be able to see it because it was for you. Don't devalue them based off of that. No, that's supposed to be what's creating your actual character. That's one of the main important things in the world to be paying attention to. Not the main thing, but at first, like, yeah, you are the main thing first, so everything about you first. So this card suggests true intimacy is around the corner. And I'm not talking, well, we could be talking, if you already found this union within yourself, though, if you already got this type of union within yourself, though, like some of us do, then you can be expecting true intimacy, whether it be in relationships, sexual relationships, friendships, even you creating intimacy with projects, or finding new actual things you're finna create that's very intimate, that you can, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, those things are around the corner for you. Yeah, the kiss was in a reverse. That's why I started off with that. But hey, I'm a Gemini. We want to read and understand all of it, baby, so that we can have a calibration system that makes sense to us, or to you, or to me, whatever. Whatever. You were okay. Hold on. Where was I at? When the kiss is. Yeah. When the kiss takes a non-human form, like what we were just talking about, it may be experienced as touching the sacred, hearing a whisper, or being graced by a divine being. Let's not over exaggerate, because a divine, because we don't, if we know, we know, then it's not an exaggeration. But some people don't know, and they'll be thinking that somebody's calling demons or something based off the card deck being black and white or some shit. But when we say divine being, we're talking about just true divinity. And to me, divinity is all possibilities, miracles and magic, and not from a glitter glitter sparkle sparkle vanishing and coming around, like not that type of perspective, because we're on the earth plane. But maybe that works out like that in the dream world or on other dimensions where we're inside of our internal self. So yeah, from that perspective, you're being able to connect with your divine self, your highest, I don't want to say highest, but your more evolved, wiser higher self, your divine being, your divine self. You're connecting with that, so you can walk on land like Jesus, and you can walk on water and shit. You will recognize the presence of the kiss by cold chills, an awakening of the heart. Like when you hear something profound that really hits you, like it needs to hit you to shift things and to help you align, so that the external, the two and 3D can actually do what it's supposed to be doing, and you can be thinking how you should be and perceiving and processing things the way they need to be processed naturally. Those things, you may feel a cold chill. That's confirmation that you know, yeah, don't forget that, remember that, hold on to that. Ooh, yeah, even if you can't remember the words, the sentiments you'll always remember. The kiss by cold chills and an awakening of the heart, feeling it in your heart chakra and shit. Leo being the heart chakra, even though orange is the solar plexus, but Leo is the sun. So hey, Cancer is the heart chakra. Anyway, y'all get the point though. Y'all get it. Is that it? Oh, we had one more card. That's right. When I read this, I'm gonna be done because it'll be probably close to an hour. The mask. Not being biased, but I always think of like, never mind, I ain't gonna say that. I might be finna throw some shit on my own. I'm finna say I always think about Gemini energy. And I ain't gonna say always, but immediately when I saw that, I thought of like my energy type shit. Anyway, and it was in the upright, okay? The mask. And I almost didn't say that because the first connotation of a mask is you hiding something, and you like trying to not be seen, or you having a facade and being manipulative. That is some lower vibrational Gemini energy. And those, even those, you being in that lower vibrational type of energy, at some point you can bring even that into some type of calibration and alignment to where it can be used. That's you moving shit out the way, creating your own light from what already was there. But anyway, the mask is a, what is it? A mask should be a tool. Yeah. 61. Balancing the individual. 6 and 1. On page 187, that's the individual. The infinite loop, which also can represent the spiral, not just the two-dimensional orbit. No, it's a ongoing infinite loop. And the 7 being how you created something brand new, something experienced for the first time. You've like jumped. Every time I see the 7, and I don't even know if I'm going to describe this right, I always see like somebody that just jumped into another reality, like, oh, this is where I'm at, and it's a number 7, but it's like a Pisces type of world. But anyway, that's how I see it. So individual jumping into that all possibilities and being in that space. The mask. Okay, so how is that relating to the mask? Page 187, because I don't quite see the connection yet. Let's look at it. We often think of a mask as something that conceals our identity, right? Yet contemplate the possibility that the mask permits our out. I bet that sounds a lot better. Let me just put the car off. I bet that sounds a whole lot better. Sorry, y'all. I was hot. I'm probably finna get hot again, though. I'm rolling those down. Where was I at? The mask. Okay. Bitch, get out of my business. Anyway, hold on, where was I at? Yet contemplate the possibility that the mask permits our true identity to be revealed. Because once you take it off, then you can see. It allows. That's what the mask does. It allows. That's what the book says. The mask gives voice to that which was previously rejected. When this card appears, enact the side of you that is seeking expression, yet was never given a role to play on the stage of your life. You are in the realm of theater. See, that's why I almost didn't say it reminded me of myself, because I said, now what if it reads the fuck out of me for everybody to hear though? But I'm me, I'm true, I'm real, I'm new. So hey, and I'm an example. I don't try to be, I just by default be an example. And sometimes that shit don't be cute and I don't like it, but hey, it is what it is. And I kind of appreciate it at this point. But anyway, yet, when this card appears in the side of you that is seeking expression, yet was never given a role to play on the stage of your life. You are in the realm of theater, so anything is possible. You're the realm of all possibilities, in other words. Speak with the other's voice. Embody the other's limb. So speak from that higher perspective, that higher being that we was talking about in the other deck. What is it? In the Kiss deck. That that imagination that we were coming up with from that perspective, whatever you came up with, this is how you pray. You act that out. You be that. You embody that. You speak with that voice that you can see that version of you speaking from. You operate your arms and your limbs the way you would perceive that version of you doing that as. And now you have created that within yourself. So hold on. Embody the other's limbs. You are taking part in the ritual, because rituals are what you do with your body, of expanding the self. Spells are what you say with your mouth. There may be mischief and deception around. That's because you're in the space of all possibilities, and you do have shadows, some of us, that we, not all of us, because hey, I mean, yeah, all of us do, because we're still here in this realm. Even if you think you have cleansed yourself with everything, there still are lessons to learn and experiences that you may not be aware of, that your soul has had and has to replay out, or that you just need to play out because you never have had it. That's the space of all possibilities, and that's like, can be a fearful thing. But anyway, let me, because I could keep going. Every time I say anyway, it's because I'd be having like a whole nother 2-3 paragraphs that I would like to get out, but fuck that. Anyway, so anything is possible. Wait a minute, where am I at? Yeah. So you are in the space, you are in the realm of theater, so anything is possible. Speak with the other's voice, embody the other's limb. You are taking part. Oh, we ain't gonna talk about that. Hold on. You are taking part in the ritual of expanding the self. There may be mischief and deception around, and others may be trying on new masks too. That's the thing. Others are also doing the same shit in their own spectrum of all possibilities. And sometimes these things collide harmoniously or not, but that's how we create the organization within the chaos, because now when you know better, you do better. That's why you have to have some type of comprehension and common sense, so that you can have the common sense to know when you learn something, you next time you operate off of that wisdom. You add that to your philosopher's stone, you shine that portion up. And then if everybody did that, the organized chaos will look like a beautiful gemstone. It'll be a beautiful thing, as above, so below, in our experiencing of it. And if you were to be able to look at it from a God's perspective, imaginatory observer's perspective, you could see a beautiful color spectrum and shit that looks something like this. But anyway, this is a deck that's coming from that type of, anyway, so where am I at? You are taking part in the ritual, blah, 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 blah. It's likely you've become so attached to a single mask that you need to fall face forward into this perception bending time and trust it. That's why I say sometimes these things are not pretty, because sometimes the lessons that you learn and how you set up your life and set up scenarios already, the way they could end up falling would be like some shit not necessarily something a spirit wants to experience. But some people are in a space to where whatever they experience, it won't even be like something that could be perceived from their space as a tower fall, because they take things as is and take things for what they are supposed to be taken for. If something falls and breaks, it needed to at the moment. I needed to sit my ass down, whatever. Whatever the case is, there's a lesson to be learned, and you could be being saved up out of that situation. But if you don't know how to look at things like that, you'll be looking at the things that you fall, or the things that you have to be eliminated of, whatever you're having to shed yourself of. You'll be looking at that as you're devalue yourself in certain things about your experience. And that's going to do nothing but call in more of that. So it's like the best thing for you to do is just appreciate what you got. Use what you have so that it can be expressed for you to even be aware of it, so that you can find reasons to love it. And that could be something that all possibilities you can be in that realm of all possibilities. That's more like working for you. And not, I always say not you, because I don't be wanting nobody, because I also don't be wanting to be on one end of the perspective or the other. I be wanting to find the balance. But I understand sometimes people need to see the specific opposite. They need to see the polarized perspective in order for them to understand how it can blend and make sense in their actual life. So the words that I'm using, I'm already knowing these things are spells. What's up, Equilibria? So that's the reason, as a Gemini, my Chiron is in Gemini. Sometimes I'm very aware, hyper aware, overly sometimes aware of the words that I'm speaking. But it also plays out as a good thing, because me having that amount of energy on that will make me speak things with intention sometimes. And I have to be aware that I'm always aware of that. Really, it's not that I have to be. I am aware of that. But whatever. I'm trying to make the blend because there's something else that I'm missing out of this message with the mask, and I know it. I feel it. Or maybe the whole corresponding of all of them together, because we had the flame, the kiss, which the kiss represented. What it represented again? Damn, because I went deep on the kiss. I'll have to dig that, right? But let me see. I can't remember. I know it was in the reverse. Oh, sex, because we had the 2 card come out in the previous deck too, which I was trying to correspond and make a connection for others to understand that sex is not necessarily a physical type thing, which it is, but how you can use that. The sex that we're making right now is with ourselves, and first being in a place to where you can find peace, because that's just like having a relationship. Say you just is in a chaotic space, everything is not together, nothing is together, and now here come a nigga want to holler, and you think that's gonna work. Only way that would work is if you were a superficial person who was only looking for that type of stability. But if you are an actual person, soul for an actual soul, and you thinking you finna find some depth in the relationship, yeah, you're gonna go deep, all right, deep in your fucking shadow. So what I'm saying is finding some peace with the self first, loving all of those parts about yourself so that you can actually and manifest actual people, places, and things too, because whatever we think about is going to manifest masculine thoughts and ideas, things that we can see in men around us from an external perspective. And so with the feminine energy, whatever emotions you're going to see these things projected from your external in your reality. I don't give a damn. And I hate for this. I don't want to go down that line of reasoning because I know it sounds Piscean and out of this realm, but we got to remember we're in not all of us, but most of us, some of us are aware that we're in the realm of all possibilities. We're with God. And then you bringing those things together and shit, creating a whole. I forgot what I said about that shit, but rewind because I went in. The mask, we already just talked about that, and the flame. The flame came out first, Aries type energy. I don't know what I want to say about that. I already read them cards. That's why I don't want to talk about them. Anyway, let me see what I got going on now. 58 minutes. Finna dip then. Rewind. Go back. We're in Virgo. I don't know if it's still in retrograde or not. See, I got to look at the astro before I reference that, because I don't even know if we're still in retrograde or nothing. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Virgo is still in retrograde. I don't know. I haven't checked nothing, so I don't know. But if we are, even if we ain't, the energy still could be low-key relevant. Go back, re-listen, and relearn. I know the sun is in Virgo at the moment, shit. So it's good to be detail-oriented and act those things out, actually do the work and shit. Actually, like, even if the work seems so stupid, like, why would I do that silly ritual? No, do it. Put the time and effort in to do it. Even if it's the silliest thing in the world, if your spirit tells you to do it. Now, don't waste your time, though, doing shit. Have your mind on things that you can actually be productive in, too. But if something comes across you and tells you to do something and you don't know how the things might pan out. We're in the space of, I hope I ain't have my, oh, I didn't. Yes, I did. Damn it. I bet the audio probably was flunked out because I had my Bluetooth on. Oh, well, whatever. It's over with now. It's over with. I'm gone. I'm finna dip. Y'all better rewind. It couldn't have been too bad because nobody didn't say shit. Nobody said nothing, so. But yeah, we talked about we ain't talk about numerology. We went through the deck. We had some Christians in the chat that wanted to have Bible study real quick, so we did that. We broke it down for babies. We talked about the colors and the numbers, how they were first before somebody even wrote a book. Because in order for them to write a book, they would have needed sigils and shit. So we talked about that. You may want to rewind. It's quite lit, quite lit. All right, y'all. I'm finna dip though. What time it is? Yeah, it's 1:30. I got to go. Holla at y'all. Fuck with ya. I fuck with ya. Rewind. Rewind. Like and whatever. Like, subscribe, whatever. Double tap the screen. Do what you do. Bye, y'all.